No matter how many of my people you put in the ground, we will not fail.
It's called Mortal Kombat. It's a fighting tournament. To the death.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we've got a big one for Mortal Kombat fans because the conversation around Mortal Kombat 2 just got a whole lot louder. And whether you're cautiously optimistic or fully convinced they're about to level up, this new update is definitely worth breaking down. Over the past few weeks, something interesting has been happening. We've been getting this slow, steady drip of behind-the-scenes photos, interview snippets, and cast comments all pointing in the same direction. Everyone involved seems dead set on saying one thing: Mortal Kombat 2 is going harder than the first movie. And look, in any other franchise, going harder is just a marketing phrase. But in this franchise, a series built around ripping skulls out of torsos and slicing opponents in half, harder actually means something. It's the highest metric this series has. It's like saying, hey, the new Fast and Furious movie has more cars. It's the DNA of the brand. But at the same time, we've been here before. MK fans have heard a lot of promises over the years. Remember the early hype for the 2021 film, the teasers about the big tournament? Okay, this time it's the real deal. Then the movie showed up and the tournament was not actually happening. We got Cole Young punching an invisible lizard while Outworld plotted in the background. So yeah, the excitement is real, but it's the guarded kind of excitement. The I'm hyped, but one eyebrow is raised just in case they're overselling it kind of hype. And right in the middle of this new wave of chatter is Lewis Tan. He's been out doing press for his film Wildcat, but reporters aren't letting him escape without talking Mortal Kombat. And to his credit, he doesn't dodge the questions. He seems genuinely passionate about martial arts, choreography, and putting in the physical work that sells these fights. So when comicbook.com asked him how Mortal Kombat 2 earned its R rating compared to the first movie, he didn't sugarcoat anything. He said, "I think it's worse. Some of the fatalities and some of the fights are worse, but they are way more detailed and way more complex, which is what I wanted, to step up the level of complexity and depth in the fights. It's Mortal freaking Kombat. We should have the best fight movie of the year. That has to be the goal. I think we accomplished that." That is not a small claim. Best fight movie of the year sets expectations way up there. And sure, actors hype their projects, it's part of the job, but the interesting thing here is what he emphasizes. Not the scale, not the CGI, not the budget. He specifically highlights complexity and detail in the choreography. That's harder to fake. You can talk up visual effects all you want, but choreography either sells on screen or it doesn't. It's either clean and thoughtful or it's sloppy and chaotic. So the fact that he's leaning on the stunt work is at least a promising sign. And then he dropped a tease that lit the fandom on fire. Tan hinted at a major fight scene involving Cole, a fight he absolutely refuses to describe because the moment he explains the injuries he received, fans will instantly know who he's fighting. He said, "If I tell you what happened to me, people are going to figure out who I fought. I will say that yeah, I had a bunch of bruises. I was pretty banged up on this one for reasons that will soon be discovered." Immediately, fans started speculating. If naming the injuries reveals the opponent, that means the damage is signature. So who does that point to? A Tarkatan? A Lin Kuei assassin? Maybe a sorcerer whose fighting style is extremely recognizable? A cyborg? The theories are everywhere. But Tan didn't stop there. He added, "I love this stuff. I love to get into the performance as much as I can and do all the fights that I can. I think in the second movie there was only one big stunt that I didn't do because it was pretty gnarly. My character does a double backflip and lands on the floor. Stuff like that is a little too dangerous for me to be doing." That tells us two things. One, the stunt team went all in. And two, this sequel is aiming for bigger, more dynamic physicality. That was one of the criticisms of the first film. Some fights felt too chopped up, too reliant on quick cuts instead of longer, more fluid motion. And honestly, the first movie had a lot going on. It had to introduce Cole, set up Outworld, explain the concept of Arcana, tease future characters, seed tournament storylines, and juggle multiple arcs in one movie. Some fights landed well, like Jax's arm smash moment or Kung Lao's hat fatality, But the movie also felt like it was trying to be many things at once. Tan essentially admits this too. He said, "They really let the action team go crazy in the second one. Whereas in the first one, they were trying to balance the storyline with the fights. In the second one, it's the tournament. We were already in. We are already sold. The tournament is there, it's happening. And now we can set up all the different fights everybody wanted to see." And they really gave the action team free rein to run with it, shoot it, and the way it was edited. When you do that and you have a good team and you trust them, you get gold. It's not that they didn't do that in the first movie, but I think they were just trying to balance too many things, and we learned from those moments. This is something fans have waited decades to hear. The tournament is actually happening. No more training phase, no more pre-tournament conflicts, no more next time teases. But, and it's important to keep this balanced, we should acknowledge that fan reactions so far haven't been universally glowing. Not negative, just mixed. We did get that early Quan Chi image from producer Todd Garner, and honestly, it looked great. Strong costume work, sharp makeup, dark, ritualistic atmosphere, easily one of the best received visuals so far. But Baraka, the fandom is split. Some feel the design is too smooth or too CGI styled. Others want something grittier, closer to MKX's monstrous look. And Jade's hair, yeah, the memes have been relentless. But that's the nature of fandom. Cosmetic details always get the earliest criticism because that's all we can judge before a trailer drops. The real test is the action. That's what will make or break the sequel. And everything we're hearing from the cast to the stunt team to the writers suggests they put most of their creative weight behind the fights. But there's still a fair question here. Is this genuine confidence or well-coordinated PR? Because we've seen studios hype brutality and faithfulness before, only for the final product to land somewhere between good and pretty okay. What makes this situation different is consistency. Multiple people across different interviews at different times, all describing the sequel with the same tone. That at least implies the team is aligned in their vision. And alignment matters. Mortal Kombat is not a franchise that survives confusion. When everyone is trying to make a different type of movie, the final product collapses. The good news is that this sequel doesn't have to waste time on world building anymore. No Arcana lectures, no realm lore crash courses, no here's how the tournament works explanations. They can just get to the action. Adding characters like Quan Chi also helps. And if the rumored roster expansions are correct, Sindel, Shao Kahn, the Outworld Court, there's legitimate potential for something special. But potential isn't a guarantee. We learned that with the first film. It had potential too. It wasn't bad, but it didn't quite scratch the itch MK fans have had for years. Still, Tan's comments give a clearer sense of what they're aiming for. More brutality, more technical choreography, more stunt-driven moments, more fan service matchups, and a real tournament structure. Basically the Mortal Kombat wish list. His claim that the stunt team had free reign can be good or risky. Great stunt teams with the right support create classics like The Raid. But if the editing and direction don't match the stunt team's vision, the final cut can look messy. Tan says the editing supports the choreography, but he should say that. He's promoting the movie. What helps his credibility, though, is the physical detail. He sounds like someone who actually went through the grind, someone who got bruised up for real, someone who pushed themselves. That authenticity goes a long way. Combine all this with reports that early test screenings went well, and fans have more reason than ever to believe Mortal Kombat 2 might actually deliver on the things the first movie only teased. Is it guaranteed? No, but the signs are pointing in the right direction. Mortal Kombat is a franchise built on extremes. Extreme violence, extreme characters, extreme energy. Fans don't want safe. They want bold. They want something memorable. The first film held back because it was building towards something bigger. This sequel is the something bigger. Tan himself put it plainly. We should have the best fight movie of the year. That has to be the goal. And honestly, that's the clearest mission statement we've heard yet. Will they actually hit that mark? We'll find out in 2026. And with the Street Fighter live-action movie also coming that year, it's shaping up to be Mortal Kombat vs. Street Fighter in the ultimate cinematic showdown. Who wins that battle? That's going to be fun to watch. Either way, Mortal Kombat fans are finally getting something they've waited almost 30 years for. The actual tournament. Real matchups, real stakes, real carnage. And if nothing else, at least this time, they can't say next movie. The bracket is set, the fighters are ready. Now it's just about execution. So what do you think? Will Mortal Kombat 2 finally deliver the tournament we've all been waiting for? Which matchup are you hoping to see the most? And do you believe Lewis Tan's claim that this will be the best fight movie of the year? Let me know your thoughts. I want to hear what you think. Like and subscribe for more Mortal Kombat 2 movie updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.